Right now in Mexico, there's a place called Teotihuacan. The literal meaning of its name is the place where the gods descended. Three massive pyramids are built here, which their builders referred to as temples or places of worship. The first of these is called the Temple of the Sun, the second is the Temple of the Moon, and the third is the Temple of the Winged Serpent. These names are quite interesting because the third temple stands out from the other two. One is named after the sun, the second after the moon, and the third after a winged serpent. Why is the third temple's name so different from the other two? And what does it have to do with a winged serpent? Before answering that, I want to tell you something else fascinating. The religious nature-based festivals celebrated during the equinoxes and solstices weren't just observed by ancient civilizations thousands of years ago. Even today, millions gather at the Temple of the Sun during the March equinox and perform a ritual. They wear white and red clothes, face the sun, raise their hands in the air, burn incense, and climb all 360 steps of the pyramid to reach the top. Let me tell you in their own words why they do this. They say, "We do this to follow in the footsteps of our ancestors. We want to benefit from their wisdom. Our elders believed that on this day, the March equinox, we are at a very special place in the universe. By climbing the Temple of the Sun, we want to get closer to that space where the gates of the gods once opened." I want you to really reflect on that. During my research for this project, I came across these pyramids of Mexico and the concepts behind them much later, only after I had already developed the core of my gateways concept through exploring such structures around the world. To tell you the truth, this ritual at the Temple of the Sun further strengthened my belief in the existence of these gateways. And don't think that only a few hundred or a few thousand people gather here. In fact, to give you an idea of the scale, in 2010, over 1 million people gathered at the Temple of the Sun to perform this ritual. But perhaps the most fascinating part is yet to come, and it has to do with the third pyramid, the Temple of the Winged Serpent. Now let me take you on a journey to South America, deep into the heart of the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon is one of the most mysterious jungles in the world. But what if I told you it wasn't always a purely natural forest? Back in the 15th century, a daring Spanish explorer, a conquistador named Francisco de Orellana, set foot in this jungle. And what he discovered was staggering. Massive cities teeming with life. He reported that over 5 million people once thrived in these forests. In his journals, he wrote about strange and remarkable tribes, including entire warrior clans made up solely of women. No men, just fierce female fighters. While navigating the river, one such tribe even launched an attack on Francisco, made up only of warrior women. It was because of these warriors that he named the jungle and the river Amazon, inspired by Greek mythology, where Amazon refers to powerful warrior women. I've explored the Amazon in more depth in another project, Ezabuso Blue, but right now I want to shine light on one shocking detail. Decades after Francisco, other conquistadors returned to this place, but they found no cities, no ruins. So they dismissed his stories as lies. But the Amazon is so thick, so impenetrable, that even today there are places humans can barely reach. In 2015, a breakthrough came. A technology called LiDAR light detection and ranging scanned the densest parts of the jungle. And what it found was stunning. Beneath the green canopy, buried for centuries, were ancient cities just as Francisco had described. Civilizations long forgotten, and the lush jungle we see today? It used to be cultivated gardens, now overgrown since their disappearance. But the burning question remains, who were these people living in the heart of such a wild and dangerous world? Why am I telling you this? Because anyone who's studied the Amazon and its lost civilizations knows one thing. These people were masters of the cosmos, tracking the sun, moon, stars, and planetary orbits with precision. Their astronomical knowledge was so advanced, the Mayan calendar outperformed the Gregorian one used in Europe. They mapped eclipses, solar cycles, Earth's rotations, even complex star systems. They understood the sun, moon, and Earth's dance better than most civilizations ever did. They even tracked Venus's orbit, which lasts 584 days. And somehow the Mayans calculated this cycle with only a 2-hour margin of error. Mind-blowing. In 1 year, Venus experiences 584 days, and the Mayans astonishingly recorded its orbit with only a 2-hour discrepancy, a remarkable feat. The civilizations of South America were light years ahead in their celestial knowledge. Study their ruins or artifacts, and you'll uncover secrets that defy belief. Take the Aztecs. They believed in 4 great doors between Earth and the heavens, each leading to an entire world. According to their myths, particularly in the legends of the suns, each of these worlds had its own sun and its own inhabitants. The Mayans believed in 5 special days where the veil between the visible and invisible realms thinned, allowing beings to pass between worlds. And on these days, they performed the most intense rituals, including human sacrifices. The details are too dark to share here, but I'll say this. During one solar eclipse, they performed 20,000 human sacrifices over just 5 days. The Mayans were even more advanced than neighboring cultures in one crucial way: their writing system. They developed a logographic syllabic script, detailed and expressive. This was a game changer for researchers. Using this script, they recorded their religious beliefs, rituals, everything. Later, the Spaniards translated these texts into Latin, eventually compiling them into a book known as the Popol Vuh. In it, they described a mysterious world called Xibalba. Xibalba, the place of great fear. It's described as being home to a strange, powerful entity that emerged into our world. The Mayans began worshiping it under a chilling name, Kukulkan, the winged serpent. Why is this so fascinating? You're about to find out. The worship of this great winged serpent also appears in another South American culture. According to their beliefs, this winged serpent descended from the sky into our world. They called it Cocumads or Quetzalcoatl. In Brazil, such winged serpent sightings from the sky were referred to as boitatá, meaning a great flying serpent of fire. Let me return you to that third pyramid, known as the Temple of the Winged Serpent. The pyramid made of 6 levels atop which they built 260 statues of this serpent. The worship of this serpent spread as far as Guatemala. But perhaps the most astonishing representation of this serpent descending from the sky into our world is found at El Castillo, where once a year on the equinoxes, an incredible spectacle takes place. On the equinox, sunlight falls on the pyramid so that it casts a special shadow upon itself, a serpent-shaped shadow that appears to slither down the face of the pyramid. It's an architectural marvel. They designed the pyramid so the sun's position on the equinox creates the illusion of a massive serpent emerging from an unseen doorway and entering our world. This raises an enormous question. 2 of the most advanced civilizations of their time, the Aztecs and the Mayans, who had far more accurate calendars than ours and could precisely track celestial movements with incredible accuracy, who believed there were 4 portals between sky and earth, through which a great winged serpent descended. Did they really witness a creature descending through such a portal? Does a massive winged serpent truly exist in another realm? The answer may surprise you, but if I told you right now, you wouldn't believe me. So before I lift the veil on the path of the winged serpent, let me take you to a house I've painstakingly built, the House of Creatures. In this house live many creatures, and in the next chapter of this project, I will show you some truly astonishing beings living inside. You won't believe me, so before I reveal the truth about this giant winged snake, I want to take you inside a house that I built with great effort, the House of Creatures. Many creatures live in this house of mine, and in the next chapter of this project, I'm going to show you some truly astonishing creatures inside it.